Hey, how's it going? Nat here. Let's see what's making news. Now, you might have heard a bit about Banksy lately, with artwork like this popping up all over London. But what does it all mean? And who is Banksy anyway?
Well, to answer both those questions, no one really knows. Other than being super famous for making political statements through his art, Banksy's true identity is one of the art world's best-kept secrets, which is probably why his artworks fetch quite a nice price tag. Hey, bring that back! Anyway, after 9 days of pop-up artworks dotted around London, Banksy has wrapped up his animal trail at the zoo. I guess that makes sense.
We certainly didn't expect it was actually going to happen right here on one of our huge admission shutters.
But what's got people scratching their heads is what all this means.
I think that he's relating a lot about how society is invading nature.
While some say there's a deeper meaning to all this, or that we have to figure it out for ourselves, others reckon it's just a story about a pretty successful zoo escape. And it was all about cheering people up when news headlines have been a bit bleak recently. But whatever the meaning is,
It looks amazing.
Our Aussie Olympians have touched down on home soil. Hundreds of fans, friends and family gathered at Sydney Airport early this morning to welcome the athletes back after their long flight from Paris.
In Tokyo, we never had anything like this size, this stature. Like, to be able to do this is pretty amazing.
Every single one of them was worth their weight in gold.
The city of Melbourne has decided to ban e-scooters in the CBD. The council says e-scooters have caused a lot of safety concerns, with about 30 to 40 patients a month heading to the Royal Melbourne Hospital after e-scooter related incidents. Companies will have 30 days to get them off the streets, and the ban won't apply to privately owned e-scooters. To carry on with our Science Week coverage on species survival, Amelia headed down to Adelaide Zoo to find out what they're doing to help species survive.
I'm here with Adelaide zookeeper Erin. And Erin, you've brought a special guest with you. Who's this?
I definitely have. So this is Rambo and he is a brush-tailed better.
Oh, Rambo.
So they are a native macropod. They are unfortunately critically endangered. They were found in 90% of Australia, now only found 10 to 15% of their original populations. So not doing great, but they are part of an amazing program here in South Australia called Mana Bangara.
What are some of the rarest species in the zoo that you're helping to protect?
Our orange-bellied parrot program. Unfortunately, they're not doing great out in the wild, very, very low numbers. So we work to breed them up in captivity for release.
So Erin, what can we do to help endangered species around Australia?
Number one, putting things like nesting boxes up in your backyard. And then something that's really important is keeping things like your cats inside. Unfortunately, cats are one of the biggest killers of native animals, and things like bettongs here have been affected by feral cats and foxes.
Oh, such good advice. And I do have cats, but they are indoor cats.
Well,
so don't you worry, Rambo, they're not coming anywhere near you. Thanks, Erin.
No worries.
Now, what animal has 4 legs, sounds like this, and is smarter than we previously thought? Nope, it was meant to be a horse. That's right, a new study on horses has found that they can have some pretty complex thought processes, including the ability to plan ahead. Part of the study involved teaching the horses how to play a little game, and they were able to switch tactics to get more treats.
And that's something that's actually quite complex, and we didn't think horses could do that, but our study suggests that actually they might be able to do something similar to that.
Now to Oregon Zoo in the US, where these lions have discovered a hidden camera that was put in their enclosure, and it quickly became their new favourite toy. The camera was only installed last week, but it was no match for these curious cats who found it within a matter of days. And finally, to the Kimberley region in far north WA. Researchers have been testing out a new way of teaching freshwater crocodiles not to eat cane toads. These toads are poisonous pests, so what the team has been doing is lacing the toads with loads of salt and then hanging them up. So when the crocs eat them, hopefully they think it tastes gross and don't want to eat anymore. And so far, it seems to be working.
And what we saw is that the areas that we had done the taste aversion baiting, there were no crocodile mortalities.
Oh, makes sense now. That's all from us today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.